Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I know this is kind of a weird place to start. It's the 5th one released, the 2nd one chronologically. I rewatched this one with my cousins, and so I'll just review it, and then I'll review the other ones in some time. Don't rush me. Yeah, the plot of this movie is that Padme is trying to be killed, and so Anakin and Obi-Wan have to go and try to protect her. Anakin takes her to Naboo to be her bodyguard, and Obi-Wan kind of follows people around trying to figure out who killed her. And this leads to the most forced love story ever. But that's enough about the plot, if that's what you can call it. Let's get to the characters. Hayden Christensen is terrible as Anakin. I mean, he actually is a pretty decent actor in other movies like Jumper. He just doesn't do it in this movie. He has no chemistry with Natalie Portman. He has terrible dialogue. He's a whiny little complaining little guy. And yeah. Natalie Portman is actually doing a good job, though. I mean, she has no chemistry with Hayden Christensen, but apart from that, she does an okay job, unlike in The Phantom Menace. She also just suffered from bad writing. Then Ewan McGregor does a really good job as Obi-Wan, to be honest. He's one of the really good things in this trilogy. He has funny banter with Anakin. It's just hard to hear. Like, if you're gonna watch this movie, turn on subtitles, because there is so much just funny banter back and forth between Obi-Wan and Anakin that you miss. And some of it's, a failed attempt at being funny. Some of it's actually funny, but, Then there's Chancellor Palpatine. Ian McDiarmid is just great at being a bad guy. I mean, he just looks evil. He is a little over the top, but he's still a good villain. Then there's Mace Windu. He's Samuel L. Jackson, that's enough said. Then there's Count Dooku, R.I.P. Christopher Lee. I just wanted more of him, I mean, he's a good bad guy. Christopher Lee always is. He's menacing even though he's like 80 years old, but Christopher Lee's still menacing as could be. The only problem is he has some kind of cliche dialogue, and he just isn't developed. All the other characters I really don't have any problems with. I mean, C-3PO had some terrible puns, like, awful. And, Yoda's CGI got kind of bad sometimes. Jar Jar Binks honestly was not annoying, and R2-D2 is R2-D2. He's just awesome. Yeah, skip on to this time on the clock to skip the spoilers. They still shouldn't have killed off Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. So cool, he's got this double-bladed lightsaber, this red and black dude with horns on his head who just comes after them and, like, takes on Liam freaking Neeson and Ewan McGregor, and they just kill him off, and I'm like, Really? Really? I really do not mind the CGI. That's one of these things these prequels get hated on for, is how they overuse CGI. I don't mind it that much, except when it looks fake. Like, there's this one scene when, on Naboo, and Anakin's trying to ride this thing, but you can tell it's obviously CGI Anakin by the fact that he's like, it's bad. But not all the CGI is bad. A lot of the space scenes, the CGI actually looks pretty real, so I don't mind it then. Yoda still shouldn't have used a lightsaber either. I just thought, Yoda is this all-powerful being. He doesn't need a lightsaber. He has one because he's a Jedi, but he doesn't need it. So when Yoda whipped out his lightsaber and started fighting Count Dooku, I'm just like, nah. Yeah, the soundtrack is amazing in this movie. I mean, not only is it just, the main Star Wars theme that everybody knows, but there's this theme that got added in the prequels that's just the Sith theme. It's like part opera, part intense string instruments, and it's part just brass, and it's just a great composition. So all in all, this love story is the most forced thing in the movie. I mean, I don't think that Padme would actually fall in love with someone who complains as much as Anakin. It's still an okay movie, though. Everything outside of the love story is pretty good, to be honest. I like seeing Obi-Wan's little Obi-Wan's little mission. Now he has to go to Dex, and he's researching, trying to find Kamino, and then he goes and he finds the clone army. I do wish that the Sifo Dyas thing had a little more wrap-up, but it did it in the Clone Wars TV show, so I'm good with that. I would say this movie is worth buying on DVD. None of the Star Wars movies are bad movies. I mean, I know these prequels get hated on a lot, but the only thing that's bad about this is the love story. Apart from that, it's a decent movie. So yeah, subscribe, bye.